So you've decided I need to start shooting video for my business, but where do I start? And how do I make sure that my videos get seen? And also the most important question is, how do I get clients from these videos, right? So in today's video, I'm gonna give you my top video marketing tips. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah Allen, and in this channel, we talk all about how to attract your ideal clients with video. So if that information is useful to you, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be notified of new videos every week. So the first tip is really creating a consistent content schedule. And I think you have to be honest with yourself about what you can do. So if you've gone from not shooting any video to saying, okay, next week I'm gonna shoot 5 videos, that's just not realistic. So what I recommend people do is goal to shoot 1 video per week, just 1 video per week, which can feel like a lot in the beginning, right? When you go from 0 to 1, like that's a pretty significant leap. So just be committed to what you decide to do. And I would say in addition to that, you really have to make sure that you're invested in this for about 6 to 12 months. Video marketing is not something, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's really about helping people, helping your ideal audience know, like, and trust you. You're talking about your brand, telling people about your expertise, and that takes time, especially if you're in any type of high ticket sales, like maybe you're a real estate agent, or maybe you're a financial advisor, maybe you're in life insurance. These are really big, impactful financial transactions, and people need to get to know you. So it's going to take a while. And I would just really stress, it's so important to just be consistent and give it 6 months to a year before you move on to something else. I think along with that, you really want to pick your ideal platform. I like YouTube for a number of reasons, but really the main thing is that my issue with YouTube is that the content is evergreen and it's working for you while you sleep. Whereas with a lot of social media platforms, the videos, the posts, they actually disappear within 24 hours, right? So it's not something that you have to just continually be doing it. Whereas on a YouTube channel, you can post a video and that video will stay there, and if you've optimized it properly, it's going to build your channel over time. It's not just going to disappear on you after 24 hours. So that would be my next thing to focus on, is really figure out what's your ideal platform. Again, I really prefer YouTube for that main reason. And something else I was gonna say about being committed, even when you have challenging weeks, it's so important to push through and continue to shoot video content, even when those weeks are challenging. Like my week this week has been crazy. I have a 1.5-year-old and he got sick, then I got sick. People aren't sleeping as well. My babysitting schedule is all out of whack. And the last thing I wanna do is honestly get in front of a video camera and shoot. But I think it's important for me and my business to really take action and continue to be consistent in this respect. So I would really encourage you, there's gonna be so many things that as an entrepreneur that are being thrown at you, but if you really want to give video a shot, you have to be consistent. So just to encourage you, I'm right there with you. I'm working on this as well. The second thing is have an ideal customer in mind. And this is really about kind of that tried and true saying, if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. So it's really important for you to make sure you have a specific person in mind, your ideal client that you're trying to talk to. Because ultimately with these videos, you're trying to serve that client. So if you're trying to serve all different types of client, you're not gonna really serve anyone. So really make sure that you have a strong point of view before you get started shooting on who is it that I'm trying to talk to. Another point is have a really good hook at the start of your video. The last thing you want to do is get on a video and start introducing yourself, because the reality is no one cares. Nobody cares about your name and what you do. What they want to understand is why they clicked on your video in the first place, right? So get to the point. Tell them what you're going to talk about and address the questions that they have, and just say, hey, you know, we're going to address all of these questions on today's video. And then after the hook, you can introduce yourself. The thing is when you introduce yourself and you talk about what you do, that adds more value to you than it adds value to your ideal client, right? So you really want to think about client first. Video equals value. How can I add as much value into this video as possible? Another tip that I have is have a clear call to action. And I'm talking like one clear call to action. On a lot of YouTube videos in particular, you'll hear people say, like, comment, share, subscribe on my video. So let's think about this for a second. You've told people that you don't really know 4 things to do. Like, the likelihood of any of those things happening is so rare, right? So you really just want to be very clear on one thing. On my videos, I ask people to subscribe. Another call to action could be watch additional content. Some people like to say, hey, reach out and call me. I think that that can be challenging early on as you're starting your channel because, again, you asking people to call you drives more value for you and doesn't drive value for them. So my favorite call to actions are going to be subscribe and then watch other videos. But you have to decide what you want to do. And just, again, that's something else that you have to be consistent with because you can test some different ones. So again, make sure you have a singular, clear call to action. Don't tell people to do 4 or 5 things on your video because none of them will happen. Another tip is really try to tell stories on your videos. Like, that's what people really connect with. Maybe you're a real estate agent and you just want to talk about, instead of necessarily just a market update, why don't you talk to people and tell people stories about your recent transactions and what actually happened? Stories are so much easier to get to know someone and attach to them versus just facts, talking about median home price values. It's so much more interesting to talk about, oh, like on the ground, this is what's happening. Maybe you're a business coach and you can talk about all the success that you're seeing with different clients. Like, people attach to stories, they don't attach to numbers and necessarily people talking about themselves, right? So really tell stories. There's several really good books about this on the market that I'm actually reading right now. StoryBrand is a book that really talks about how important storytelling is as it relates to marketing, as well as stories that stick. These books like really illustrate those points, but walking away today, know that storytelling is going to be the most effective when it comes to building your personal brand and attracting your ideal clients. And then my last point is really shoot a month's worth of content at the same time. So that's basically what I'm doing here. Like I said earlier in the video, I didn't want to do this shoot today, but said I gotta be consistent. But what I'm doing here today is I'm shooting 4 videos at once. So I get my camera out once, I get my lighting set up, everything out one time, and then I just shoot all 4 videos at the same time. So then it's all done. So now you know my top video marketing tips, but you might be struggling to create consistent videos, right? Maybe you've shot a video here or there. I created a whole video actually on creating consistent content. So watch this video and I'll see you over there.